What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with another classic Tekken 8 video. Here we are going to talk about how to beat these handful of characters when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2. Now, everybody knows Tekken 8 Season 2 has been crazy with a lot of these busted ass characters, busted ass moves, but Tekken 8 Season 2, because of the patch, has been a little bit more comfortable to play. Now, the reason that I'm doing this in this fashion is because I truly personally feel like the way Tekken 8 Season 2 is, it really does not make too much sense to make a full-on tutorial video on one character, because it's just so much broken shit going on with these characters in Tekken 8 Season 2. And then on top of it, you got these monthly patches, so things can change month over month. It's just not going to make any sense to make a full one character tutorial right now with them continuing to fix on the game, these characters continuing to change month after month. So right now what we're going to do is, like I said, I got a handful of characters, and basically this is kind of like a verbal express tutorial on how to beat these characters when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2. Because right now, when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2, a lot of these characters, they disrespect the frames. It's just a lot of disrespect going on when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2. So, you know, you really can't trust that right now. But one thing that you can do, a lot of these characters do have certain moves that if you see them, punish them, you can get in the driver's seat when it comes to defeating these characters when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2. Even though you got the broken heat system and all of that, these moves that these characters do can get them in a lot of trouble. And if you come across these moves, block them, punish them, and whatever, you'll be in good shape when it comes to taking these characters down. Before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the hottest Tekken 8 action on the internet, period. We are going to get into it right now. Me discussing on how to beat these handful of characters in Tekken 8 Season 2. Let's get into this shit. So the first character that we're going to talk about and we're going to dissect when it comes to beating in Tekken 8, of course, is Yoshimitsu. Now, I have said time and time again, Yoshimitsu is the most predictable character in the game. Really easy to beat if you know what you're doing, if you know what to look for. And that's what we're going to talk about with this character right now. So the first thing that I want to show is the low unblockable. This is one of the things that, you know, a lot of people are talking about when it comes to Yoshimitsu. This gives a lot of people problems because it is a low unblockable. Even if you catch it and try to block, of course, you're still going to get hit. But it is still one of the easiest moves to counteract. It's still one of the easiest moves to punish. Now, here's the thing about the low unblockable. When a Yoshimitsu player is ready to do it, or when they gear up to do it, they will always hesitate before they do it because they need for you to get up before they do it. A Yoshimitsu player cannot do this while you're tech rolling on the ground because they'll miss, or they're not going to get that full damage. So they have to wait until you get up, and when they do that, they'll hesitate. So when you see that hesitation, just basically throw out a down one. You can throw out a down one, or when you see that hesitation, because you can know when they do it. You'll know when a Yoshimitsu player is ready to do this unblockable. They'll hesitate, the sword will start to flash, and then of course you can come up with either a hop kick, or like with Eddie, I can come up with up 4-4, and you can get Yoshimitsu that way. Knock that move out just like that, you should have no problems with it. Like I said, spot the hesitation first, and then when you see it, act on it very quickly. Now, there is a second version to it. When Yoshimitsu doesn't have his sword in his hands, of course, the second version. So when Yoshimitsu does that, just basically punish it with the rising 4-4 or whatever character you might have. So that's how you can catch and you can beat that low unblockable. Very easy. The second move, of course, you should look for when it comes to Yoshimitsu, of course, it's a snake edge. A Yoshimitsu player will probably do this at the beginning of the round. Most characters that have snake edges, they like to do it at the beginning of the round or the final round, the beginning of the final round. You know, people like to do snake edges then, and basically just block the snake edge, punish that shit, get the combo damage off of that, and you know, that's that. The next move from Yoshimitsu that you want to look for and punish is his airborne stance, the helicopter. So basically when Yoshimitsu goes into this airborne stance, all you really got to do here is basically just throw out a 1-2, you know, throw out a 1-2 that'll take him out of the air. In some cases that 1-2 will lead to a little mini combo. Also too, Yoshimitsu takes to the air, you know, after he gets out of his heat smasher or whatever like that, you know, just be ready for a rising attack. If you can do a quick rising rising attack, Yoshimitsu will miss you. If he's trying to do a throw or whatever, he'll miss you, do the rising attack. In some cases, depending on the character, that can be a launcher and you can get some damage off of that. And when it comes to his heat smasher, the best way to deal with Yoshimitsu's heat smasher is just to backdash it. When he keeps coming forward, backdash it, launch it, get the combo damage off of it, and you'll be good. Now, when it comes to the flash is more of a mental thing. You're just going to have to learn how to sniff out the flash. You're just going to have to learn the bad habits of the Yoshimitsu player, which is practically the same as all Yoshimitsu players. So once you learn that bad habit of the Yoshimitsu player using flash, you'll be able to sniff that shit out, launch him, punish him. And like you said, the Yoshimitsu player ain't going to have nothing for you if you look for those moves. The second character we're going to talk about in beating is Zafina. Now, when it comes to Zafina, I know a lot of people say that Zafina is frustrating to go up against, but not really. She's really a simple character to go up against. She's only frustrating because her moves look so stupid, but she's really a simple character to go up against. Now, one of the things that you can do with Zafina that you really can't do with a lot of these other characters is that you can actually play the poking game with her. So if you're in the face of a Zafina player, you can actually play the poking game. Poke her as much as possible. The reason why you want to do this against Zafina is because it frustrates the Zafina player because they don't like people being in their face and they don't like playing defense, and it will lead to some good things that can come to your favor, as in a spam reversal or a mash low or something like that, and you can look for them and punish them. So one thing about Zafina, you can actually play the poking game with her. Poke her as much as possible. Number two, be on your best defensive behavior. It does not matter what Zafina throws at you. If you feel like you don't have anything there, just block it. Then on top of that, block and punish as many lows as possible when it comes to going up against Zafina. If she throws a low out at you, you need to punish it. The more lows you punish from her, the better you can neutralize her. If you punish her lows, you practically cut her move list in half. The next character we're going to talk about and quickly break down is Lars. Now, Lars is not as busted as broken as he was before the latest patch. Everyone knows before the patch, Lars was one of the most busted and broken and stupid characters in the game, but the latest patch has kind of fixed that. When it comes to him, he's still annoying, but at the same time now, Lars is pretty much easier to deal with. He's easier to neutralize now, and it's really the same, much like in Tekken 7. It's really no difference when you battle Lars. So a couple of things that you can do to neutralize him. The first thing you can do, of course, much like Zafina, when it comes to Lars, punish his lows as much as possible. The more lows that you punish from him, like I said, you can cut his move list in half and a Lars player will back off of you. Also too, when it comes to Lars, you can actually barrage him with low attacks. The reason that you can do that is because 75% of Lars players that you come across don't play defense at all. They're just trying to mash you, and basically when that happens, they're open to low attacks. Other than the low parry, Lars really doesn't have anything to protect himself from low attacks, so you can barrage him with low attacks and you can create a setup game when it comes to that when you go up against Lars. So if you block his lows as much as possible and then barrage him with lows, you'll be in good shape with Lars. And then on top of that, just keep pressure on him. If you keep pressure on Lars, don't let him get off with his bullshit and those fucking entries, especially when he goes into heat. When Lars goes into heat, that is really when you want to apply pressure on him. Because when Lars goes into heat, Lars is a character that he needs space in order to get those heat moves off, such as his heat smasher and such as his entry moves, you know what I'm saying? So especially when he goes into heat, keep the pressure on Lars. Also too, another move that you want to look for with Lars is of course his high orbital. You can block that, punish that, or you can sidestep it. So with that, punishing his lows and that high orbital, you can neutralize Lars pretty good. And pretty much everything else with Lars, you can just block, or if you can see an opening within his entries, you can take a shot at punishing him that way. But what I just laid down for you right here when it comes to Lars, if you go through those steps that I just showed you, you can neutralize him. The next character that we're going to talk about and break down is Paul Phoenix. Now, it's really simple when it comes to Paul. Paul seems like he has a lot going on, and he does to a certain extent, but it's very simple to figure out. The first thing that I want to tell people is that when you go up against Paul, be extremely patient. Do not try to approach him on some super aggressive stuff. When it comes to Paul, be extremely patient, wait it out, and let Paul come to you. If you let Paul Phoenix come to you, one thing that does is you will see his moves coming, and you can punish him and you can neutralize him. As I'm showing right here, I'm just showing patience. And as you can see, the Paul player is getting frustrated, and then that's when he starts to come to you. Now, when this happens, these are the moves that you need to look for when it comes to Paul. Of course, his low spin kick, block that. You need to punish that. Every time Paul throws this out, you have to punish it, get the max damage combo on it, and you'll be good. The next move that you want to punish when it comes to Paul is the front flip kick. The old classic front flip kick that he has had since Tekken 2, you want to punish that. The best way that I like to punish this is when I see a Paul player going up and doing it, I'm just jabbing it out of the air. Now, you can do all of that other stuff. You can sidestep it. You want to do all of that fancy stuff. Okay, go right ahead. But when it comes to me, I just play the safe route when it comes to that. Jab it out of the air, or you can do a rising attack. If you see it coming, you can do a rising attack. Depending on the character, it could be a launcher, and you can get some damage off of that. The final moves that you want to punish when Paul throws it out is his shoulder attacks. The shoulder attacks have to be punished at all costs. I don't care how you punish them, stand, block, launch, do whatever you have to do, but they have to be punished. When Paul throws out these shoulders, however you feel the need to punish him, you have to punish him, launch him, get big damage off of him, because if you don't, Paul is more likely to come back and beat you if you don't punish those shoulders. So that is what you have to do against Paul Phoenix. Let him come to you. When he does that, you will see his moves, and when you see those moves, block them, punish them, do whatever you got to do. You can neutralize him. And the final character that we're going to talk about is Lili. Now, back in season 1, I had did a full-fledged tutorial on Lili back in season 1. So most of what I said in that video applied. But in season 2, there are things that are a little bit different when it comes to Lili. And as everybody knows, Lili is a very sidestep heavy character. So one of the things that you want to really look for when it comes to Lili is her sidesteps. If you have some good timing, you can catch her sidesteps. If you catch her sidesteps, Lili can be launched. You can either launch her, throw her, or whatever. Always pay attention to Lili's sidesteps, because that's the name of her game. You pay attention to her sidesteps, catch them, and then you can launch them. You can get big damage off of her. One thing that'll do is it'll make the Lili player kind of calm down on sidestepping, and it also make them pay for doing it. And of course, also too, when it comes to Lili, Lili is another character that has a plethora of low attacks that she can throw at you. Basically just block and punish all of her lows. And when it comes to Lili, you'll be in good shape, because I know a lot of people complain about Lili, you know, her combo carrying and all of that. I know it's absolutely ridiculous, but those two things, if you go by what I just said with those two things, you'll be in good shape against Lili, and you can neutralize her. Catch her sidesteps, launch her, punish her. When you catch her sidesteps, punish her lows, and you'll be good. So that is how you can neutralize those handful of characters that I have for you when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2. Like I said, I did this because right now it really doesn't make too much sense to make a full-fledged tutorial on every single character in the game right now, because they're still fixing on it. So like I said, if y'all go by the tips and advice that I basically just dished out to y'all in this video, y'all will be in good shape going up against these characters. You still have to execute. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Still have to execute. If you don't execute, it ain't gonna work. So make sure you execute, make sure you go by it step by step, and you will be able to neutralize these characters. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about the advice and the tips that I've brought to you when it comes to these characters and fighting against them in Tekken 8 Season 2. Put y'all thoughts and y'all feelings in the comment section below. We could definitely get a conversation started. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 action on the internet, period. My name is Demetrius. I will get back at you in the next video. God bless. Stay safe. I am out. Peace.